Hello and welcome back to NoBS. Today we turn to talking about a football player, a famous quarterback named Drew Brees. He recently got into some scuffles in the mainstream media because he came out and supported the United States of America. He seems to be a great American hero and a patriot, but the press, of course, doesn't like that. So he got some backlash for a few things he said defending our country in this time of need, and now he's been forced to apologize because of what he said. It sucks. And you could say, yeah, he had to cave in, but at the same time, I want to give the guy credit. He was trying his best to speak out. And a lot of times these liberals and the leftists in the mainstream media, they could be very overwhelming and very forceful. So if he wants to keep his career and his prestige and keep things going in the sports world, he really just was forced to apologize. He had no choice. There's no reason for him to take this strong of a stand after that kind of backlash. He's focused on sports. He's not really a political guy. So it makes sense in that kind of case. I understand. I want to give him a little credit, even though it sucks that he had to do this. But, it's a great instance of why, you can't come out and be for America. It shows that being pro-American is backlash worthy now. This is what's controversial. Supporting our country, supporting our flag, supporting American heroes like President Trump and stuff like that. Like, that's bad. And there's a very clear, obvious anti-American sentiment out there that's being highlighted by this story. For more details, I got this tweet from Twitchy. It says, Drew Brees, who donated $5 million to Louisiana for COVID relief, apologizes for saying he supports the American flag. So he supported the flag. That was the initial issue. And now he has to apologize for it. Pretty ridiculous, but I know there's more to the story. Let's get those details and then, we'll see where we're going. Drew Brees came under fire on Wednesday for daring to say he supports the American flag and will never agree with players who knelt during the national anthem. Drew Brees says he will never agree with those who knelt in this news story. And now we're getting more to the details. Now we're talking about people protesting him here, saying Drew Brees is over. And yeah, he's just basically coming out against that flag kneeling, that big incident that started with Colin Kaepernick a few years ago when he was still in the NFL. And yeah, that's still coming to light now because obviously a lot of people are thinking about these issues again. That kneeling was done for similar issues that are being brought up by these riots now in response to this other thing that happened. This person died. So there's a relation here, and it's basically Drew Brees is getting backlash for supporting America, supporting the flag, and saying, this is enough. Like, we don't need to kneel. This isn't the right place. This isn't the right platform. Like, just respect your country, and you can protest the police or whatever another day. And then there's the whole idea that they're protesting something that doesn't exist necessarily. Police brutality is greatly overblown. And then you got a whole kind of rabbit hole there. It kind of snowballs out of relevance as you go further and further. This is the Daily Caller pointing out him donating $5 million. Drew Brees did it for Louisiana. That's where his team is located. The NFL superstar and philanthropist has now apologized for his comments. I would like to apologize to my friends, teammates, the city of New Orleans, the Black community, NFL community, and anyone I hurt with my comments yesterday. In speaking with some of you, it breaks my heart to know. So yeah, all he said was something about not kneeling and respecting the American flag, and that's what's become controversial. He had nothing to apologize for. I agree with that. He didn't say anything wrong. He just has to kowtow to these people, and he didn't realize that there's so many anti-Americans out there. A football player was forced to apologize for saying he thinks Americans should respect the flag. I mean, yeah, that's the ridiculousness here. That's the story. It's, really bad. It doesn't make any sense. It shows what kind of crazy time we're in, too. The clown culture we live in. This is from Jesse Kelly. LOL, of course. Yesterday, I love the flag in America. Today, whoa, sorry. Those are hugely controversial comments. I've thought it over, and this place really does suck, and it's racist. My bad. What a clown culture we live in. Pathetic. I think that's a good summary. And yeah, it's like, how come saying I love the flag in America is controversial now? Like, why can't you love your country? I knew that this anti-Americanism was there, but now it's so blatant. It's so in your face. It's insulting. It's just like, damn, if you hate this country so much, there's other ones. If there's one thing we know, the mob won't be satisfied with this. Never bend to the mob. And right on cue, here's Keith Olbermann saying this reads algorithmic. basically not accepting the apology. The apology isn't good enough for some of these people. And this is why a lot of people say, like online especially, is never apologize. I pretty much go by that. And there's no real good case and nothing will help from it. I mean, yeah, sometimes you think you should apologize for this or that, but a lot of times it's better to just move on. I mean, I understand for this guy, like I was saying, I was trying to defend Brees, give him a benefit of the doubt. You know, he's just trying to make this thing go away now. It's a big mess for him probably, and it's not worth the headache. He has sports and football to focus on. He doesn't need to be dabbling in politics. I mean, you think about it, and it's very obvious it could be accidental. You know, he says he loves America and the flag, and he's like, not for kneeling. I mean, that's just an obvious thing to me. That's pretty samey. Like, that's pretty, you know, that's not very controversial to most people, but really what he's dealing with is these radical leftists who run a lot of these websites. They dominate social media. They can, you know, they're just very prevalent online. It makes it seem like there are more of them too. Like you think everyone in the country is like this when you see all this backlash. I'm sick about the way my comments were perceived. Didn't even explain why the comments are bad or say that he doesn't have a problem with the player kneeling during the anthem. Well, I mean, is he supposed to just change his mind? Like, if he just said something different, like he said that he doesn't like the kneelers. I mean, you're allowed to not like it. And why are the comments bad? Like, why is it bad to say you love America and the flag? I don't get it. Like, the Steven Ruiz guy is obviously, you know, leftist hater. And another example of why the apologies never work. You know, apologizing just never helps. The mob will just see the blood in the water and attack you more. They smell that weakness. You still tone deaf. You still tone deaf. That picture ain't it. And a post ain't cutting it because you woke your silly ass up and did a video speaking passionately on that flag. So do one speaking on how you made a mistake and had to get your mind right. Okay, I can barely even read that. It's like broken English, but yeah, that's the story. That's what happened. I wonder if we could still see the original video. I don't think his post is still up. I'm looking on Instagram. I'm looking at other stuff. I think they might have took it down, and you could see a lot of bad comments here talking about him standing behind black men in sports, you know, literally standing behind them because he's a quarterback. And then this guy saying he should apologize to Colin Kaepernick. A whole week of protesting and you do this, the bare minimum. I think this is like the blackout day. You're supposed to just not post anything or just post like a blank post, like in solidarity a couple days ago. This guy says, you should use your privilege to spread information, not silence. This trend is breaking my spirit. This is the absolute bare minimum as a leader in New Orleans. It's been days, and this is all you could do to muster up support. I am disappointed as a lifelong Saints fan. Use your platform for good and go ahead and apologize to Kaepernick while you're at it. All these people demanding apologies. I mean, that's just the most scummy thing you could do. So lame. I mean, I know I might have said someone should apologize or like it could help. But yeah, there's just, apologies are dumb, okay? They're just dumb. And it's like we said, never apologize. And then these people that demand apologies, they're just demanding something of you. Liberals kind of do this a lot. They want to control people. They want to tell you what to do. Like, for example, the mask thing was a situation kind of like that before where they made people wear masks and they kind of shamed those that didn't. Granted, there's more of a real kind of health case there. There's more interest in wearing a mask, like scientific interest, but still they would force people and they'd be the mask police and then they wouldn't wear the mask themselves. And it's just part of their power trip. Like they want to tell you what to do. They want to control you. And in this case, they're trying to tell him to apologize to Kaepernick. Basically, it's a white versus black thing too. Like remember, Drew Brees is a white guy. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of anti-white racists. These guys are being really hard on Drew Brees. And I'm reading through the comments and I'm thinking, yeah, they're being hard on him because they hate white people. And they're mad that he's the leader of this team, this New Orleans team. New Orleans is known to be a black, very big black city. You know, a lot of black history there, black communities, music, all that kind of stuff, food. And yeah, Drew Brees is the white leader there, and he's kind of the odd man out. And they're coming up against him like across the country too. Like that's why they go after him. Like if you're a white guy, you got to be careful what you say. And it goes to show that they're becoming these kind of reverse racists. This is something we've talked about in this story in a lot of angles. And yeah, they're becoming reverse racist. Like they think these people are racist to them, so now they're racist against them. And that gives them justification for their racism. So they think it's okay. They really kind of, sometimes they'll even say you can't be racist to white people. I've heard that being said many times, and they believe it. And that's why they're funny, because they're actually more racist than the people they're calling racist. That's the thing. It's like, we have proof of you guys. We see it. We have the comments. We have the receipts, but they don't have the proof. They just say, oh, this is racist because I say so. They assume this is racist because, something bad happened to a black person. That's enough for them to prove racism, but it's not the truth. And it's not what Drew Brees deserves. He's a good American hero, a patriot. And even though he had to apologize and give in, I still give the guy credit for trying. And it sucks to see him get brought down and get all this anti-white racism against him. And, last line, I'll just say, screw Colin Kaepernick. Like, that guy's the worst. He's done nothing good. Like, he's a terrible football player. That's why he doesn't get to play. It's not because of racism. He doesn't care about the issues. He's just this hustler. That about wraps things up. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you hit the like button to help support the video and get it shared. And also comment your thoughts on everything below. Tell me what you think. I'm really excited to hear it. And until next time, you guys have a great day.